Morning. Good morning, you wonderful people. Happy Saturday morning. Hot coffee on a Saturday morning. I have been addicted to this blueberry cobbler creamer at Walmart. It's like a limited edition. I'm hoping they carry it through the summer. But it is the blueberry cobbler, and it is so good. Also, awa, because you gotta do the awa. Okay, what are we talking about today? Well, and it's gonna be this way for a little while, you guys, until I get caught up, because it's another Stormlight book. And I feel like I keep coming here and I keep saying, oh my gosh, this is the best book I've ever read. But this really was one of the best books I've ever read, which is Words of Radiance. It is book 2 in the Stormlight saga. It takes all of your characters from book 1. You've got Dalinar and Adolin, you've got Shallan, you've got Sidious, you've got Kaladin and his bridgemen. You've got so many awesome characters. The only one that's missing in this book is Yasna, or Jasna, however you say her name. And it just brings them all together. They're finally like all mostly in one place. And it's so good. I did not know that I loved, like, that I was a Adolin Shallan shipper until this book. And this book was like a slap in the face of how did you not see this coming? Because it's so good. Oh, full spoilers, by the way. Full spoilers for Words of Radiance or Stormlight, whatever. It's so good. Oh my gracious. It developed so many characters. It was a little light on the Dalinar. Dalinar was my favorite character from book 1, but I think Adolin is my favorite character from book 2. Absolutely love his character development. Loved how he is with Shallan. The scene where he's riding out with Kaladin and he's like, I know how to get women, but I don't know how to keep them, and I want to keep that one. And Kaladin's like, well, why don't you just tell her that? Oh my god, it was so freaking good. There's so many good lines in this book. So many good lines. They're like, the one where Adolin is in the dueling pit, and he's fighting 4 shard bearers, and, you know, Dalinar is looking around, and he's like, where is honor? And Kaladin is like, honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do, and yeets himself into that dueling ring. Guys, it is so good. It's just that good. It really is. Just blows your mind how good it is. I stayed up way past my bedtime last night reading this book because I just could not put it down. I read it, like, I was trying to read it this week, but Monday turned out to be a crazy Monday, and I was so mad because I could only read like 200 pages on Monday total. And I was like, no, this book has to go back on Wednesday to the library, and I don't want to not finish it, don't want to have to check it out again, don't want to have to, like, I really, I'm gonna buy it, but I wanted to finish it before it went back to the library. So Tuesday, I like binge read because I knew it was due back on Wednesday, and Monday was insane. I think I read like 500 pages on Tuesday of this book because I was only halfway. I was just burning through it. I was like, I have to know the answers. Give me answers. And it just had so much. It had my favorite character, right, from Warbreaker, which is Vasher, and playing the, well, in the form of the guy who was teaching the shard bearers. His name starts with a K. There's so many names in this book, so please forgive me. It starts with a K. We're going to call him Mr. K. But he is the, like, instructor for the shard bearers. And when he's talking about colors, every time he makes some crazy statement about colors, it just brings me back to Warbreaker and how much I loved Warbreaker. And then, oh my goodness, the scene at the end with Seth where he, you know, where, trying to get this right here, Kaladin takes his shard blade and, you know, tells everybody basically that he's dead. But Seth kind of survives, and then the sword from Warbreaker, I think it's called Night Blood, something like that, comes to him, and he's like, do you want to go defeat some evil or whatever? Oh my gosh, there's so many moments. There's so many moments, you guys. Yeah, so many incredible moments in this book. Literally just mind-blowingly good. My favorite character shifted from book 1, it was Dalinar, to book 2, it is Adolin. And unless something changes, it will forever probably be Adolin. Adelin's murder of Sidious at the end was so good. Like, just so, mwah, chef's kiss. It was so worth all of the build-up from book 1 and book 2. The only thing I will say is that Kaladin sometimes does frustrate me with some of his decision-making. Like, when he was in prison and some of the thoughts he was having, and then after prison, and denying the thing and giving it to Moash, giving the shard plate and blade to Moash, knowing what his intentions were. Yes, the king is a frustrating character, but come on, my boy Kaladin, like, you know better. Make better choices, my man, make better choices. I am hoping, now that he has become, like, Radiant, and he has this kind of family with Dalinar, Shallan, Renarin, and himself. Those are the 4 that we know for sure about, that know about each other. Because Jasna is supposed, they think, dead. But as we find out at the end, when she comes to Wit, she's not dead. So I'm sure in book 3 she's going to join those 4, I'm hoping. Also, we met Lift in one of the interludes, and she, I believe, is Edge Dancer. Because there's a novella that I'm reading next. I'm assuming it's going to be about her story. So yeah, the Knights Radiance are coming together. The Voidbringers are back. It's so good. I'm trying to come up with the right words for it. Out of 10, 10. Honestly, Words of Radiance for me was a 10 out of 10. I think I gave Way of Kings like a 9 or a 9.5. Words of Radiance was a 10. It just is brilliantly done for a second book. It does what you're supposed to do with the second book, which is you've taken the first book and you've built all of these characters and you've told people about their lives and you've made people care about them. And then now you have brought them to the same place and shown how these people are going to interact. And that is what I think the purpose of a series is, to take all of your main characters and show how they are all going to come together and interact. And I'm so grateful that, because one of my complaints with Martin's work, I do love Martin's work, I've read it, but he takes a real long time to get to character interaction, like to get his characters to the same place and time. It takes a hot minute. I'm so grateful that Brandon Sanderson has chosen to give us this in only book 2 of the series. Because I don't think it's like an ending. I think that there's now so many more different places he can go with it. I just don't have a lot of bad things to say about Words of Radiance. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was amazing. I think it's my first 10 out of 10 that I've given on this channel. I don't give 10s very easily. I am a 9 girl, or an 8. Honestly, I give most things about an 8 to an 8.5. I gave Way of Kings, I believe, a 9. This is the first 10 10, I think I've given on this channel. And the reason it got a 10 is because of Way of Kings as well. Like, if Way of Kings wasn't a 9 or a 9.5, Words of Radiance couldn't be a 10, if that makes any sense at all. But I love you guys so, so much. If you're not reading the Stormlight Saga or you haven't read it, cannot recommend it enough. I will have tons more reviews coming. I'm going to read a few other things before I jump into Edge Dancer and Oathbringer, just because I've kind of slacked on some other things that I've been needing to read. I have at least one book from the library, you can probably see it over there, that needs to go back, so I have to knock that sucker out. And then I've got a few things that I've been meaning to get to. It's Renaissance Fair season, and I've been reading this Renaissance Fair series, and just little things like that, but then I'm jumping right back into Stormlight. I'm trying not to read it too quickly, because I know that, like, I'm getting ready to, it's not going to take me very long to be done with it. I've got Edge Dancer, and then Oathbringer, and then I think 2 novellas, and then Rhythm of War, and then The Lost Metal, that ties back into the Mistborn series, which I read before the Stormlight series. So yeah, and I'm just not trying to be done with it yet. I'm not trying to be on the waiting game like everybody else is. So I'm going to read a few things and then jump into Edge Dancer and Oathbringer, and I will get those reviews to you as soon as possible. But I do love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing. The subscriber count keeps going up, and that's incredible. That makes me so happy. And I just hope you guys are enjoying the content. So until next week, yeah, because this is going up on Saturday, so it'll technically be next week on Monday. I will see you guys then with a new video. Bye.